Meets and greets, gamers. This is Games Master Jasper uploading via Nintendo DS straight from the Gameapalooza 2009. Sorry about the lack of updates, but I've spent the past couple of months at this convention. It's been tough, as I've had to sleep under whatever table that could be spared, but boy have I seen a lot of space-drawn games and gadgets. I'll be sure to make some updates, but right now I'd like to announce my Gameapalooza 2009 gaming competition. I'm going to read you my top favorite quotes, and after that I want you to make a video response, send me a PM, or leave a comment stating yours. I'll pick my favorite quote out of the posted quotes and may recite it. In addition, the lucky winner will get a big gaming surprise. All of this will be covered on GamesMasterJasper.com. Okay, I'll start us off. I was like a boy playing on the seashore and diverting myself now and then, finding a smoother pebble or prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. By Games Master Jasper, upgrading to Virtual Boy. Waka 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 by Games Master Jasper. Meets and Greets by Games Master Jasper. This is one small step for games, one giant leap for gamekind by Games Master Jasper, talking about Metroid. A wise man once said, "Meets and greets," and it was me, by Games Master Jasper. This is one small step for games, one giant leap for gamekind, by Games Master Jasper before pressing play in Mario Paint. Pac-Man is actually quoting me when he says, "Waka Waka Waka," by Games Master Jasper. I cannot access my bathroom at the moment as I am using it as a Rygar storage, by Games Master Jasper. People often say that games imitate life, but I imitate games, by Games Master Jasper. In many ways, I feel that gaming is a privilege that has to be earned, not a right, and that Australia has lost that privilege. Perhaps they can earn it back in the distant future, but as it stands, both Shiggy and I are very disappointed in them, by Games Master Jasper. I really don't think Bomberman should have had a ponytail in Bomberman 5. I was really disappointed about that, by Games Master Jasper. Whether or not you believe games should be free, you've got to admit that all games known to man, so far, require some form of user input. Whether these two things are related has yet to be proven, by Games Master Jasper. Castlevania, I believe Crastlevania is a more appropriate name. I won't say why, I think we all know why, by Games Master Jasper. What's it like being a Games Master? Well, how should I put it? Imagine being faced with 3 doors. The first one is marked door number 1, the second door number 2, and the third one door number 3. Opening door number 1 reveals a 1 to 10 scale Mario doll. Door number 2 reveals Sonic jumping frantically. And door number 3 reveals Samus Aran, pre-Nintendo 64. You can open any of these doors anytime you desire, but you can also close them. This is what being a Games Master is like. There's also a 5th door, but I won't delve into that at this point. Semper Games, by Games Master Jasper. Do I believe games should be free? Well, I believe that games can be free, but should they be? That's a different matter. Ask me another day. By Games Master Jasper. My house is modeled after the first 9 levels of Castlevania. By Games Master Jasper. I have received written permission from Nintendo to use the Nintendo Seal of Quality on anything I want. One of my hobbies is going to supermarkets and putting the Nintendo Seal of Quality on food products that I enjoy. By Games Master Jasper. Well, I believe in free grames, for starters. That should be noted, and that's all I've got to say about that. By Games Master Jasper, when asked again about free games. Over the years, there have been many gaming controversies, and Rygar has been at the center of all of them. By Games Master Jasper. The current generation games more than ever. You can clearly see how games have affected it positively. By Games Master Jasper. All the world's a game, and all the men and women are merely players. From The Matrix. By Games Master Jasper. I'll take 2 scoops of ice cream. And can I get some games with that? by Games Master Jasper. I have never spoken to anyone who has never played a game, and if I did, it was an accident, by Games Master Jasper. I have a theory that Isaac Newton is the father of modern gaming. My proof? Perhaps you've heard of a little game called Math Blaster, by Games Master Jasper. I feel that orcs are often misrepresented in games. Play Ms. Pac-Man and you'll see what I mean, by Games Master Jasper. If you're going to put drugs in a game, you might as well put anything in a game. Why don't we put a cat protagonist in a game? And why not make his sidekick a talking hammer as well? Not very realistic if you ask me, by Games Master Jasper. Do I believe there was a time without games? Absolutely not. But do I believe there was a time without electricity? Perhaps. But I believe there were also enterprising people who could still play games. Don't ask me how, I don't know. By Games Master Jasper. I've never gamed for the sake of money, fame, or fortune. I game to perpetuate the concept of gaming. Imagine if for 1 second no one on this planet was playing a video game. That's why I try to game 24/7, even if it hurts me physically sometimes. By Games Master Jasper. If you game long enough, you finally begin to realize the deeper workings and patterns of certain games. For instance, that all Goombas will move in the direction Bowser faced during the intro, or that Sonic can only collect rings past level 1 if Dr. Robotnik's mustache was missing during the first boss fight. By Games Master Jasper. A little project or parody I'm working on is called The Legend of Belda. It's much like Zelda in many regards, but one of the recurring themes and images is bells. Bells play a central role in the game in more ways than one. I think it will be an interesting morsel for the gaming community to digest. By Games Master Jasper. Online gaming, in my humble opinion, is the wave of the past, and that's all there is to say about that. By Games Master Jasper. It's me, Games Master Jasper. By Games Master Jasper. One of my life goals, albeit a smaller one, is to start the Crippled Gamer Foundation, or the CGF as I like to call it. It's basically a facility where people can game for free, except you have to be crippled to get in. By Games Master Jasper. My take on Christianity? Well, Christianity is a lot like Mario. Collect all the coins and you'll go to heaven. By Games Master Jasper. It's been statistically proven that 100% of all gamers die of obesity. Scientists are still trying to find out the cause of this. By Games Master Jasper. Kuumba Games, my lord, Kuumba Games. Kuumba Games, my lord, Kuumba Games. Kuumba Games, my lord, Kuumba Games. Oh Lord, Kuumba Games. By Games Master Jasper. It's been scientifically proven that autism increases your gaming abilities. To me, the benefit of autism far outweighs the negatives. However, I am not autistic. By Games Master Jasper. There's nothing wrong with gaming that cannot be fixed with what's right with gaming. By Games Master Jasper. I may not agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. By Games Master Jasper. Jasper is my name, gaming is my game. By Games Master Jasper. It is better to have gamed and lost than to never have gamed at all. By Games Master Jasper. I have been accused of gaming too hard. I won't deny it, but I question the existence of a limit for gaming. By Games Master Jasper. I like to use the word games in every sentence. Sometimes it doesn't work so well though, games. By Games Master Jasper. That's all for today, gamers. I'm standing in line for an arcade cabinet, so I've got to go. I've got a lot of quality gaming time ahead of me. If I may, I'd like to leave you with a quote that has moved and helped me on a personal level many times, both in and out of gaming. Be the game you want to see in the world. By Games Master Jasper. Digitally signed, Games Master Jasper. Semper Games.